Oh my gosh,
Fundamentals.
we would be the bad boys of Little League. I'm telling you now, we would beat the tar out of the other team.
I'm just gonna go out and say it. Joey Chestnut has to be on the pub.
Has to be.
Pub more.
Has
I mean,
to be.
Has to be.
Dramatic, man. That was a journey.
Episode 176. We tried, we're gonna do Tuesday, Halloween. We're gonna do Wednesday, it fell through. We're gonna do Thursday, it fell through. Friday pub day. It's all right. We bounce back, man. Me and Devontae up in here. It's gonna be a good time. Friday. Freaky Friday. I like it. But not even Spooktober anymore, but last week of the pub Spooktober. And then we roll into Thanksgiving, man. I'm excited for it.
Thanksgiving. I don't know, like I'm more excited for Christmas, but like I always like Thanksgiving just for that anticipation because it's like a month until Christmas. So good.
I feel like it's that bridge, like Halloween. Like I go all out for it, and then like I need that little, just get me over to Christmas. Give me a little bump of holiday, and it gives you there. Yeah, I'm excited for it. Well, I don't have a top five this week. I don't have a blind top five, so I apologize. But what I do have is RIP to one of the most passionate coaches, Coach Bob Knight. He's the guy I grew up watching. I'm sure you're the same way. Him throwing the chair and lifting the kid's chin up and stuff. He was in the hot water a lot, but you can never argue his passion. And one of the greatest cameos in a movie, Anger Management.
I think I actually have a T-shirt of him. Like one of his quotes. I forgot what the quote was, but it's him and like a big head caricature of him and like a little chair turned over. I'm like, yeah, this is worth something now. People are going to point at it and look at it and appreciate it a lot more now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can bring it out. There's a while where you're like, I shouldn't wear this shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, he's one of those guys. I don't know if you watched the 30 for 30, I think it's like last day of nights or something. It's about his last time in Indiana and then Texas Tech and like how culture changed with him. But he's that blue collar, that old school, just coaching mentality. Like he's physically going to get you where you need to be.
Toxic masculinity and adrenaline.
Dude, 100%. Yeah, exactly. But 11 Big Ten championships, the only undefeated season the team's done, 2 natties. You gotta give him his dues, but yeah, there was some toxicity there. I like that, but
they always like talk about like stuff in the old days, like how tougher people were, and it's interesting now too because you think about stuff like with him, especially on such a big scale as the NCAA. And then seeing how he coached and people looked up to him, and then imagine if he did the same thing, would people have the same energy for him now? Because I'm pretty sure a coach just got fired for something like marginally close to what he used to do.
Yeah. Exactly. Man, it's crazy. Years ago we lose Coach Joe Pa, from Penn State, and he was kind of the same way of that, like. Can't really get away with the things he would do now. Like I feel like your grandfather did, same with Bob Knight, and it's weird. Like these old coaches, the guys we grew up with watching, are passing away. But heart goes out to the Knight family. Anything else?
No, that's it. R.I.P. to the Knight.
R.I.P. to the Knight. You and me, huge baseball guys, right? Rangers bring home their first World Series champs.
I've been seeing clips of people crying. And I'm like, man, I did not know baseball went that deep. But also, I imagine people in Arizona cried when the Diamondbacks made it. Because I remember, I'm not even going to lie to you, shout out Prize Picks. The only reason I marginally know baseball is Prize Picks. And I kept seeing the Diamondbacks and the Rangers, stat bets. And I'm like, the Diamondbacks, there's no way. And sure enough, like they made the playoffs and they made the World Series. And I'm like, it was interesting because I'm such a big baseball guy. I was like, I got to have I have an AL team and an NL team, and I got the Mariners, and I said, what's on the other side? And I was like, yeah, I don't know. So I started looking to the Diamondbacks just for the Arizona connection. That
I love it.
Thought of, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know any players on the Diamondbacks at all.
Dude, I don't either. Like, and on the Rangers, this just shows how much of a shitty sports podcast we are. But like Cole Sager, that's it. Like, that's all I know. You know, I only know like one name on the Rangers, but
I can just see the Randy Johnson Arizona Diamondbacks jersey in my head. And
dude, yes.
After that, I don't know. I got nothing. I like the colors. You know. And
yeah.
The haze pretty cool.
I like it. I'm with you. Yeah. Like most like uniforms that they rebrand, I'm like, they need to go back to the retros. But like their new ones, I'm like, hey, if you balance out the retros with the new ones, like it's a good clean look. I like it. But yeah, shout out to Rangers. Like you're right. Like on TikTok and social media, you see all these people just crying. Mm-hmm. I guess the Texans are the last shitty team in Texas right now.
Oh, let me see. Just about. Yeah. I mean, Houston. Well, the Houston Rockets are kind of in disarray, but they're cool.
But they've won a World Series or NBA championship.
The Astros
right?
won a World Series. The Rockets, I think I'm pretty sure they won a championship. So
yeah,
got it.
Yeah. So Houston, you got to be on the come up now.
Mm-hmm.
Last frontier. Which last thing about this, Rangers were plus 4,000 beginning of the season to bring home the World Series. D-backs were plus 6,000. So two of the teams that weren't projected to probably not even make the playoffs are in the finals, and the Rangers take it home. Which, if you cash that out early, good for you. That's you got paid. Good for you to believe.
I didn't even know the Rangers were like that bad. Like I just assumed because it's baseball in Texas, they would be all right.
Yeah.
You know? So but I guess not.
No, I'm with you on that. And I was reading something, and it was like homegrown talent is what's really changing in baseball. And when we had Jeremy Doughty on, who's a former Oakland A's guy, last 2 weeks ago, and he was talking about like both these teams are just homegrown. There's homegrown talent, which is really cool to see. Like unlike the Yankees or the Dodgers where they buy everything, it's the farm system's working, which is kind of cool.
It's cool.
All right. Well, if you bet on them, you get paid. But if you're this guy, you're not getting paid anymore. Well, you are, but you don't get the job. McDaniels, GM, the Raiders just clean house here. I'm not surprised after what I've seen. If you had told me at the beginning of the season the Raiders would be the first one to fire a head coach, I'd be like, all right, I'm not betting on that. But after the first 7 weeks, I'm like, okay, this makes sense. Like something's not clicking in Vegas anymore, and they should be a better team what they're showing. And I sent you the story, and if this story is true, this is the most this is a wild thing in sports where McDaniels dresses up as Davis, the owner, for Halloween. Davis gets a good chuckle out of it, invites him to have P.F. Chang. That's his like go-to lunch. And
P.F. Chang crazy, by the way. Like,
yo,
I was like, this gotta be, because all I could think about was that one South Park episode. Whenever, like, my lady loves it, but anytime she brings it up, I just think about that, like P.F. Chang's and stomachs and stuff. And imagine an NFL GM in a P.F. Chang's, which I don't know. Mark Davis kind of looks like a P.F. Chang's guy.
Oh yeah.
Maybe even a Denny's guy, but yeah.
Like that's like him splurging. Like, hey, we're going to P.F. Chang's, baby. Yeah,
and in Vegas at that, like a P.F.
exactly. Yeah. So that's like wild part 2. Besides McDaniels dressing up as your boss when you just get your ass kicked, you eat P.F. Chang's, and he opens up a fortune cookie that says, "Hey, take a hike. You're fired." Like that is fucking wild to me. If this story holds up any truth, like this is the greatest firing I've ever heard of.
But on McDaniel's end, I can't imagine just getting your ass kicked week in and week out and just walking around thinking shit is sweet. Like ain't nothing fucking funny. Like, it's nothing funny. What are you laughing for? Like you the joke. Like you ain't nothing funny. You the joke.
And you dressing up as your bot? Like no, dude, you can't.
Yeah, I wouldn't even like. Maybe if he's done it before, all right, I guess. But at the same time, like it's things you can't do if you're very unserious at your job. I should know. But no, but then I kind of wondered. I was like, I wonder if he pulled a Cliff Kingsbury where he was doing dumb shit on purpose just so they had to pay him and he could just go on about his business. Because like we haven't heard anything about Cliff Kingsbury in a while. This man is traveling the world, probably high and happy, off somebody else's dollar. And Josh McDaniels, like, bro, he's got to do something else. Like, he's got to start a YouTube channel or something, because I don't think coaching is working for him. Like, he's always been in situations where it just works out. Being an OC with Tom Brady as a quarterback, then he's like, oh, I can do the same thing with Jimmy Garoppolo. And I'm like, I'm glad the GM actually got fired too.
Yeah.
With that. And the other good thing to come out of that is like the defensive side, Steve Smith and Antonio Pierce. When he came through, people say he was undersized. He's another guy out of, I think he said he was from Compton, but
I think he is. Yeah.
Wikipedia said somewhere else, but only he knows where he's from. Either way, he's from the West. He's very volatile and bald and aggressive. So maybe that's what the Raiders. Also, I forgot. When he was on staff at Arizona State, they were doing super well. He got kicked off for recruiting violations and stuff. Mm-hmm. So if he can bring about a good Arizona State program, there's no telling what he can do for the Raiders with money.
Dude, you're absolutely right. I love them saying, hey, Antonio Pierce, this is your chance. Because, like, I don't know if you remember, like, he took a really shitty high school team and made them like a national front running like program, and then he jumps to Arizona State and he was doing well besides the recruiting violations, which, I mean, shit, that happens. You don't have to worry about the NFL now.
Right.
Like, I'm pumped for this, and I think he embraces the Raider mentality. Like, this is I'm here for it. I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah. And apparently, like, defensive coach has been doing pretty well.
Yeah.
You got Vrabel, Mike Tomlin. Well, Mike Tomlin was a receiver, but he acts like a defensive coach.
Dude, so much. Yeah.
I think that's close enough.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm wishing them luck, you know. And they made the switch. They sat Jimmy Garoppolo, put him in his normal QB2 spot, and give Aidan O'Connell a shot. And I can say I can agree with that one, because maybe it's more to mold than with Jimmy Garoppolo, you know.
Yeah.
Because I feel like Jimmy Garoppolo kind of like isn't he don't have dog in him yet, because like, he's pretty, and so Aidan O'Connell can be bullied into it. So I guess that's why they made the switch.
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought that up too. Like, literally everyone lost their job. Like, when the starting quarterback's like, "Hey, you're bench," and I like it. I didn't like the move of them, you know, trading for him and signing him, because he's like a Costco version of Derek Carr. I feel like he's a step down. Like, it's just weird. It was a weird move. I read an article. The Raiders will pay John Gruden and Josh McDaniels over $80 million to not coach. He's still getting paid.
Bro, that's so crazy, man. To be
$80 million. That's wild. And now I guess this alludes to the question real quick. Why doesn't Belichick's disciples make it? Like, Nick Saban, his coaching tree, he's got Kirby Smart, he's got Lane Kiffin. Like, he's got guys that are being successful. Belichick, man, I can't think of a guy that's been successful that came from under Belichick. Like,
now that I think about it, yeah, you're right. But I think it's one of those things where, like, if you're adamant about your way or the highway or your system, and all of those guys know is your system, and they try to branch out of it, they're like, oh shoot, I don't know how to do it. It's just like I'm thankful, like, playing basketball reference, but like there was a time where I didn't know how to dribble in general. Like, I didn't know how to dribble, and then I just randomly pick it up. Like, I had the foundation. So all those coaches have the foundations of coaching. But if you don't have your own mind, and you go so long as a grown person without your own mind, and plus you're a football player, like most football coaches, it sucks to say, like, most football coaches, like, if you've talked to one, you know exactly where their mind is. They don't, but you know where it is. And I guess it's hard to be creative and open your mind and stuff like that. So who was it? Matt Patricia, Josh McDaniels. That's probably why his son hasn't left the Patriots yet. He's like, y'all not gonna get me. So he's riding high for the coach with the funny haircut. So
I don't blame you. I think, dude, he's fucking wild. I think you hit the nail on the head. Like, you can't take this system out of New England. Like, they've won Super Bowls there, and so it's ingrained in them. If you go
Mhm.
anywhere else with this system, like it's just not going to work. Like I remember reports Joe Judge when he took the New York Giants, he was making them like 7 a.m. doing fucking up downs, and these are grown men like preseason, and like, dude, like you can't do that. Matt Patricia, same thing with the Lions, McDaniels, which we talked about. Romeo Cornell, I didn't realize he was part of that coaching tree. He might be the shining gold star of this. Besides Nick Saban, Nick Saban is technically under Belichick
Yeah.
because of Cleveland. But I really don't count that. And then Brian Flores, who I think just got ripped off from his job. But
they say he was like mean-ish too. But
yeah. Man.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, let's go from one wild story to another one. I didn't see this coming. James Harden's now in LA. He's playing with the Clippers.
You didn't see it coming?
I didn't see it coming. I thought, I didn't think he would be returning
Yeah.
to the 76ers, but I didn't think it was going to be Clippers.
Yeah. Somebody brought up a point how like I think Donald Stern? Donald Stern was the owner of the Clippers, but then they brought up who was the guy that died, the original NBA OG, the one that died.
Like
It was
he was
Adam
the owner of
Silver,
the
the guy
Clippers?
before him. David Stern.
David Stern.
All right. Somebody brought up a point how basically, I mean, in the players' eyes, just because like we're all for the workers, forget the corporations, we all for the workers.
Mm-hmm.
In the workers' eyes, they're like, yeah, we finally got the power. But then somebody brought up a point and they said, ever since Adam Silver has taken over all this freedom, like they said David Stern would not be having this.
Yeah.
Because like in all these player decisions, they kind of forget about the fans being the people that invest in the stuff. Now, granted, like it's cool to see big threes and stuff. Like everything goes back to LeBron. Like had LeBron not been like, oh, I want to go here, and people were like, why he get to do that? Like, why don't I do that? Because I'm an all-star too.
Yeah.
And so now you got people choosing where they go, and I'm not gonna lie. Like, imagine half of this stuff happening with the NFL. It would be kind of crazy, but I just feel like it's so much harder on the body for them to say, I'm not going here, I'm going there. And they're like, all right, we'll just make another hove, So
exactly.
So it works out. But I don't know. I know James Harden is happy to be back home among friends. He's playing with Russell Westbrook again.
Mm-hmm.
So he's honestly, they pretty much have like a big people don't give Russell Westbrook credit anymore, but they still have like a big four to me. But I also kind of wonder like how is this gonna affect their chemistry?
Yeah.
James Harden is weird when it comes to chemistry. So
yeah, I look at his career. There's guys that I feel like he should have gelled with, and it just like it never worked. Like they didn't have beef, but you could tell they weren't on the same page.
Right.
Like it was weird. And so I'm curious. Yeah, you're right. Like obviously him and Westbrook, I think they have a connection. But now you got Kawhi, you got George. Like I don't know, man.
And you remember they said there was the new rule they put out, which I don't know, maybe Adam Silver knows what he's doing, but he put out a new rule saying like, how people have been sitting out of games and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, because David Stern, that's another thing David Stern would. So, like, I guess it's a balance. David Stern would not have superstars sitting out of games just because. And Adam Silver is finally learning, like, oh, they're actually trying to take advantage of. Like, they don't think I'm tough. So
yeah,
we'll see what comes from this. Like, it's already a weird thing. Like, one of my friends had to explain what's going on with this play-in tournament. Apparently, it's been a thing with soccer too. But I'm trying to see what exactly is going on. We'll see how it impacts it. All I know is my team, the Wizards, are wizarding, so I don't know if this will work out best for them, but we'll see.
Yeah, hey, you never know. Maybe they turn around. Yeah, you never know.
Early season, I guess.
That's right. All right. From NBA free agency to now NFL trades. Two trades that there's more trades. Your Falcons made some noise, getting a little help in secondary.
A little peep.
Yeah, a little peep. But Chase Young to the 49ers for a third-round pick. Robbery. Now you got Nick Bosa on one side, Chase Young on the other. I've seen all the memes of left side, strong side. Remember the Titans, Gary Rotier and Pepper, Julius. But, man, that is a scary situation. Obviously, the 49ers are in a skid. They need a little come up. and now you get 2 edge rushers on top of their game. And then Josh Dobbs taking over possibly for Kirk Cousins after tearing the Achilles, which I think Josh Dobbs has had a great season so far, backing up in Arizona, kind of coming in for Kyler Murray. Those 2 trades are the headlines. I didn't see this coming. Like for Chase Young for a 3rd round pick, that's robbery. Like what the hell are we doing?
Chase Young was going to go somewhere where it was like they don't need him, but they're going to get him. So like I kept saying, like, imagine they probably weren't going to trade him to the Eagles because they really they could use another edge besides Hassan Reddick, but at that point it's not fair because they had already gotten they got Kevin Byard from the Titans.
Kevin Byard, yeah.
Kevin Byard went for Tremaine Edmonds and something else. But then the Eagles also got another, like they're still loading up on draft picks. And I'm like, bro, why are y'all like allowing this? Like, picking out the competitiveness in the game. And I'm just now looking at the roster for the Niners. Yeah, still have Eric Armstead. They still got Nick Bosa. They had Clelin Ferrell, who was with the Raiders drafted. He wasn't working out there, and now he's actually doing better with them.
Yeah.
Randy Gregory, that's who they picked up from the free agency. Javon Hargrave, Drake Jackson from USC. So, and Chase Young at defensive end. So they have a young defensive line. That means that motor is going to be crazy. Well, it's supposed to be crazy anyway.
Supposed to be, yeah.
But let me see.
Dude.
But I see the reason, like, as far as outside linebackers, they didn't really have that much. But I think Chase Young might be that stand-up linebacker. But we'll see. We'll see. But they had him and Ted Sweat went to the Bears. And I saw an article where they said the Falcons reached out. And then he said, but the Bears obviously wanted more. And I wasn't mad, but shout out my boy Grady Jarrett. He's out for the season. So they picked up one of NC State's finest, Kentavious Street. So we'll see what goes on with that. Expecting big things.
Yeah. No. I think you're exactly right.
Yeah. But
man.
We'll see what happens. I thought there were going to be more blockbuster trades, but not much really happened.
Yeah,
because it seemed like a lot of teams had the space, the cap space for it, but nobody said anything. So I guess they're fine with what they have. Dude,
I'm exactly right. My three biggest losers of the NFL trade deadline. Ron Rivera. I think he just got fucked by the ownership. And they literally said nothing. And I think he's already in the hot seat. And it's like, you get nothing. So good luck here, sir. The other one is Devontae Adams. I feel like he deserves so much better. And we talked about the shit show that's in Vegas right now. And he went to Vegas to be with his old college quarterback, Derek Carr. They ship him out. And that's my second loser. And then my third loser is my Bengals. We're not getting any O-line or tight end help, which
that was a little bit kind of crazy. What? Nothing happened. Not another running back to spare Joe or maybe a defensive end or two, But
it's head scratching for me. But Jerry Jones Cowboy fans, I think they feel the same way. They feel like they could have added some pieces in there. But
But they usually don't do too much.
No, they don't. And I guess neither do my Bungles.
Jerry is adamant, like, I'm not changing. He's standing on business. He's not changing anything. So I can get with that.
Yeah, I'm with you. All right, let's move on. Sunday's action, Thursday night football. Will Levis came back to earth here. We saw it. Pittsburgh won. I think. Yeah, I was wondering if Levis would do more. But 9:30 action, Germany, Frankfurt, Dolphins, Chiefs. Over at 50.5. Kansas City 2.5-point favorite. Who do you take?
Ooh, I'm going to take this as a Patrick Mahomes comeback game.
Ooh.
Actually, Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid comeback game. Because I know we've been talking about Mike McDaniels being like a mastermind, and we know the OG mastermind is probably Andy Reid.
Yeah.
That you can't stifle the OG, so we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah. I like the bounce back game here. You know, losing to Denver, that's tough. I don't know when the last time the Chiefs have lost to a divisional opponent, especially a bad divisional opponent like the Broncos were. And the whole flu thing, I don't know if I buy it, but I'm a Mahomes hater. But I will tell you, Miami got to Germany on Monday. Chiefs just got there late last night. So you've got more time to adjust to the grass, more time to adjust to the culture, the time, everything. I'm picking Miami here, and I'm taking the under. I feel like 50.5 points is a lot for an international game.
I thought that Arrowhead not a grass stadium though?
It is, but I still think it's different types of grass, like because you're playing on more soccer style grass than football.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it doesn't make a difference. I don't know, but
I don't know.
Yeah. So your Falcons hosting Minnesota over at 37.5. Atlanta 5-point favorite.
Before you go on, let me tell you about an article I read today that had my stomach tore up. Falcons injury report. Let's talk about it, people. Let's talk about it. Falcons injury report. Drake London among 3 Falcons ruled out a Week 9 clash, and it was interesting because somebody was asking me, like, you do your fantasy thing. You like, all right, we know Drake London got, I think it was a groin injury last game. He was like, do you think he'll bounce back? And me knowing my team so well, I was like, no, he is not coming back because the Falcons have Week 11 bye, just like the Saints do. And it's Week 9, and it's a groin injury. And it's like already kind of weird playing. So they're not only missing their wide receiver 1. You got DeMarco Hellams, who showed out during preseason and during the games. Keith Smith, the fullback, and Grady Jarrett is already out for the season. And I think that was it. But they were talking all 3 of those. So as far as wide receivers, you got Mac Hollins as wide receiver 1. I'm not all the way mad at that just because Mac Hollins is a dog, and I know he won't get injured because he doesn't wear shoes. Yeah. That's kind of restrictive, so I'm fine with that. Wide receiver 2, Van Jefferson. Wide receiver 3, Scotty Miller, who has been underwhelming. And I know a lot of people listening to this is like, who are these people? You shouldn't know them, so there's really no point. You got Kadero Hodge and somebody else. That's 4 wide receivers. This game is going to be like 9-3. This game is going to be terrible. One of my boys, shout out my boy, Jacob Young Hubby, he texted me. It was like, dog, you could sit in the end zone at this game for $100.
Oh,
I was so embarrassed. I'm like, $100 to sit in the end zone is crazy.
Dude. What in the world?
For this game. And I was like, oh, shoot, I can actually afford it. But then I was like, oh, shoot, I can actually afford this game. So it's like, so because of that, at the Falcons, it's a home game, but Desmond Ridder isn't playing. Taylor Heineke is starting. So since it's a home game, that's what we got. We got the Falcons taking another home game, probably, what I say, 17-14.
Yeah. So. Okay. Dude, I didn't realize you guys were missing so many offensive weapons here.
It's hell, but you know what? Still we rise.
Because I was I was juiced up that Heineke gets to start here. I've always liked Taylor Heineke. I feel like he's got a little chip on his shoulder. I've liked that. I'd love to see him in some purple Jays here. You know what? We've been doing a thing here.
Oh,
I'm going to help you out.
I said the wrong thing.
Give me the Vikings. We'll counter out. Give me the Vikings. All right. Myles Garrett, Cards, Arizona traveling there. Kyler Murray looks to be starting here. Over on at 37.5. Cleveland, 8-point favorite, though.
Are they sure they want to start Kyler Murray? First game back is against Myles Garrett. That's kind of dirty a little bit. I don't know. Are you really protecting your investment for trade deals and stuff?
Exactly.
but I don't know. At the Browns, I'll take the Browns on this one.
The Browns, yeah. I'm taking the Browns too. I just because if Kyler Murray isn't playing,
Yeah, Clayton Tune. Yeah, Clayton.
Boom. Yeah, he's definitely not better than Dobbs, and I don't think Dobbs would have got this done. So, yeah, give me Cleveland. It pains me to say. Rams, Packers, Green Bay 3-point favorite over at 39.5. Friend of the show, Matt Whitehorn. He's in Wisconsin for this game. It's bad in Green Bay right now, man. It's rough.
Yeah, I didn't expect it to be this bad, but it is that bad. Like, on paper, you would think they would be good, but I don't know what's going on. There's got to be. It feels like a disconnect offensively, or I don't know. But give me the Rams in this one. Give me the Rams.
Yeah, I want to take the Packers. I feel like it makes sense to take the Packers here, but I'm with you. There's a disconnect, and it's just not working. Matt, for possible hot seat here.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know. Give me LA. Give me the Rams. Let me get the right one. Commanders at New England. New England 3.5-point favorite. Over is at 40.5. Sam Howell, Mac Jones, 2 GOAT quarterbacks here.
Well, there's no more Commanders on the defensive side. So Mac Jones is gonna have all day. He might even get himself some rushing yards out there. So shoot, man. Give me the Patriots. Oh, they're playing in New England too. So yeah, give me the Patriots.
Yeah, give me New England. I feel like this came at the worst time for Ron Rivera and the Commanders to get rid of him. Yeah, give me New England. Give me the under here. Saints, Bears over at 41. New England 7.5-point favorite.
What's your quick word on Tyson Bagent so far?
I love his story. That's it though.
Story, yeah.
Yeah.
Boys got our same thing with Will Levis. I hate that Will Levis showed his arm against us. He did pretty well against the Steelers too. That was one thing he had for him, that arm. Same thing with Tyson Bagent. Like, he has an arm.
Yeah.
But you know what? This will be my sleeper pick. I'm gonna take the Bears on this one because it's Derek Carr playing, and a lot of times when he plays and he's supposed to win these games, it doesn't happen. So I don't know. I'm gonna take the Bears on this one. Also, to make sure that the Saints go a game under the Falcons, I'm gonna take the Bears on this one.
Damn. Hey, you know what? I don't hate it. I was all in on the Bears coming back, and then they just got mocked last week. I feel like just something. I don't know. It just felt like a weird game. I'm gonna take New Orleans here, though. I can't get burned again. Seahawks, Ravens over under 43. Baltimore 5.5-point favorite.
It should have been a Sunday night game, to be honest.
Yeah.
Shoot, they're playing in Baltimore. Yeah, give me the Ravens on this one.
I don't hate that pick. I'm taking the Ravens too. It pains me to say, but I'm gonna take the Ravens.
I'm gonna say Odell's gonna score a touchdown too.
Dude, really?
I think Odell scores a touchdown.
Put in the prop. I like it. Bucks, Texans over at 40. Houston 2.5-point favorite.
Interesting. Both of these quarterbacks have looked pretty good, but only one of these quarterbacks have 2 receiving options. So I'm gonna go with Buccaneers taking this one.
Yeah. Texans have to do this for Texas. Otherwise, they're officially the worst team. I do like the way the Buccaneers, I feel like Baker's playing okay. The defense is playing okay, but just everything else not going the Buccaneers' way.
Yeah.
I'm mentally flipping a corner now. I'm going to go Houston. I'm not betting this game. I'm not touching it. I'm going to go Houston. All right. Colts, Panthers. Panthers coming off their first win of the season.
Ooh.
Shocked the world. Indianapolis, 2.5-point favorite. Over on at 44.
Man, they playing in Charlotte. Frank Wright playing against the old team. Shoot, man, this might be a barn burner. It probably won't. Um, I think the Panthers steal this one too, just off of defense. Like I don't know, I can't imagine Gardner Minshew eating them up just off of the defensive line and the Panthers' heart and will. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll take the Panthers on this one.
Dude, I'm with you. The Frank Wright game here, I think, I don't know. I feel like there's a little chip on their shoulder. They got a little swagger. They got the first win.
Mm.
I love Minshew Mania, but I've gotten burned too many times betting on him. So give me the thirds. All right. Giants, Raiders, over set up 37.5. Vegas 2-point favorite.
Mm.
This is a bad
These
game,
games
man.
are getting uglier and
They're
uglier.
bad.
What the heck, bro? Oh, I think Aiden McConnell does better than expected. Oh shoot, the Giants just lost Leonard Williams, so that's a presence in the middle, even though they still have Dexter Williams and the rest of their defense. I mean, that's something. I feel like they have an answer for Josh Jacobs because they literally practice with that with Saquon.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think the Giants got it.
Oof. Yeah, I'm with you. Give me the Giants. I think they win too.
Mm.
But Antonio Pierce, interim coach, first game.
This is against his old team too.
Yeah.
That's
Give me the Raiders. I'm gonna book them. I'm gonna book it. Somebody the interim coach first game, they always come out hot.
Yeah.
I don't have my graphic for it, but Philly, Dallas, Philly's at home. They're 3-point favorites here. Over on set, I believe, at 47.5.
Ooh. Mm. This is a Sunday night game, right?
No. This is still a 4:30 game. My Bengals and Bills have the Sunday night game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So this might end up being a pretty good week. Man. So Cowboys were hot last game. I think Cowboys beat them by a field goal. I'm gonna take them beating them by a field goal.
You taking Dallas? You taking the Cowboys?
I'm taking Dallas.
In Philly?
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Dude, you have put your nuts on the table this week.
Yeah.
You have taken some dogs here, and I like it.
Yeah. I think something. I don't know. I just always bet on like, you know what it's like having a team with like general bad luck, and then you start seeing other teams with bad luck. Yeah. So Philly has been doing pretty well the past few games, right? So these gimme games, they kind of drop to an extent.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Dallas might have something for them.
Yeah. Philly, if Philly would have dog walked the Commanders, I would be more likely to take Dallas here. But because it was a gutsy win, they didn't look good. I'm hoping they get it back in routine here. So give me Philadelphia to win.
Mm.
All right, Sunday night action. Bills in Cincinnati, taking on my Bengals over on set 48. Cincinnati 2.5-point favorite.
Did not see that coming, to be honest. All right, so Bills at Bengals. Yeah, Joe Burrow got it. Easy money. You gotta have,
dude.
For my sake, man. Like I mean, it's Josh Allen has been proving me right about him being normal.
Right. Yeah.
Like I call this man bigger JP Lossman. Like, Google that man if you forgot who he was. Yeah. But I think he does something for Clemson now. Oh no, that's Charlie Whitehurst. Anyway,
Charlie Whitehurst, yeah.
Charlie Whitehurst. But yeah, I think Joe Burrow's got it.
Dude, I know we've been having a thing going, so I'm gonna say Bills, but let me put this out there. Yeah. The last time the Bills have looked dominant, October 1st, 48-20 against Dolphins. After that, they lose to the Jags. They squeak by the Giants by 5 points. They lose to the Patriots. They barely get past the Bucks on Thursday Night Football. I'm taking the Bills, but only because of All right.
Yeah.
All right. Monday night action. Jets, Chargers over under set 41.5. LA 3-point favorite. I feel like we should have moved Philly or Dallas to this, or Cincinnati Buffalo to the Monday night game. This is This is not a good way to end the week.
I bet it's one of those things where like it's only a Sunday night game or a Monday night game if they were playing in Dallas, because I feel like that's how it's been for the past few years.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I foresee this game going like I'm kind of going like the Giants and Jets game. I feel like it's a little bit more offense going on than that past game, but I think the Jets are going to pull this one out.
Ooh, taking the Jets.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man. Ed loves to hear that. Man, Devontae, you make really good points.
It's just, I don't know. Justin Herbert's he's been all right, but I don't know. It's only so much you can. Let me see. You got Keenan Allen is going to get open regardless, but both of their cornerbacks are healthy, and the defense has been on point. And that Chargers offensive line is kind of sus.
Mm-hmm.
So the only thing they're lacking in is offense as far as the Jets. So that's what I'm gonna go with.
Man, if Chargers lose this, I don't think Staley makes it through next week.
As
he
he
can't.
should. As he should.
Yeah. Oh man. Fuck it. Give me New York. Let's go.
Yes, sir.
You talked me into it. All right. Pub parlay time. Let's make a little money here. We go college football. We go NFL. We go NBA, NHL. You just got to tell us the day. Whatever you're leaning towards.
All right. Let's look at let me go see what some of the spread is looking like. I'm gonna keep it simple.
Okay, I like it.
All right. So I'm looking at, obviously, I'm gonna stick to what I know. I'm looking at this State plays Miami tomorrow at home.
Okay.
I have personal beef with Tyler Van Dyke. Whenever Tyler Van Dyke hears this, I want him to know that I mean that shit from the bottom of my heart. It's smoke. I can't stand him. Wish him well. Not really, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's smoke. Let's see. We got, what time does the game start? What's the spread? Where is the spread?
I'll tell you here in a second. Kickoff is at 8:00.
That's what
Miami 6-point favorite over under 43.5.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, I'll take that. State beats the spread or beats the Hurricanes. They got it. They got it in them.
NC State +6 or the money line. Okay, I like it. Let's stay with ACC. Notre Dame travels to Death Valley against Clemson. Notre Dame 3-point favorite. Give me Notre Dame -3. I think they beat the shit out of Dabo.
I hope to God. I need that. I need like double like Dabo losing another game after, like, there was something where he said something to somebody, called in to the Clemson hotline, whatever they call that shit.
Yeah.
They were like telling him about himself. He was like, y'all basically call him ungrateful sons of bitches, you know?
Yeah.
But no, like I need that. I need Dabo to lose. I need Tyler Van Dyke to lose again. And I hope it's a stupid way too, again. Like, so he can really do some introspective thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. All right. Do we have you got a random question?
Yeah. God. It was something to do with the cold weather, because we've been having some cold weather. Shoot. Okay. What is your craziest cold weather story? Not snow, but just like flat out cold weather.
Oh man, cold weather.
Just no snow, maybe a little ice, but it's just straight up cold.
Dude, Man, going to App, there's so many, and then being from Asheville, there's so many. Because like I played my senior night in the snow, that was cool, but that's snow.
Yeah.
Cold. I'll tell you what, man. I think we talked about this a few times on the show, but flag football, we're in the semifinals of the playoffs, and it is no lie. It's got to be 10, 12 degrees. The wind's blowing. It's cold as tits. It's cold as nuts. But we're running around. We're playing, and it's in overtime. We stop them, and it's like 4th and goal, and we're like, all right, we stop them. We win. We go on the championship, and it's cold as shit. And Evan Fitzsimmons, he drops back. He gets this beautiful interception, and I turn my head, and Tim can't stop. I don't know if he slipped. I don't know what happened, but he trucks their quarterback. I mean, just levels them to the ground. They get a free play. They score, and then they go for 2, and they win. Dude, but it was so cold. I know that kid hurt so bad because Tim's a large man. Like, he's 6'2", 215 at that point. Like,
oh, wow.
And it's cold as balls, dude. So, and we all were like, we're so happy we're going to go home. And then we lost. We're like, fuck. At least we're going to go home.
Golly, man. I don't think I have anything that crazy. Oh, geez. Let me think. Oh, well, the craziest thing I remember as far as like, I guess this has more to do with being cold than cold weather. But me and the homies, we had to camp out by, it was some lake in Raleigh or something. Okay. But we had to camp out. And, you know, the follies of youth and just being college brain young gentlemen, we went out and camped by the lake. And it was cool initially, but like we got out there at nighttime, like we just had to camp for one day. And we got out there at nighttime, we set up a hammock and maybe 2 tents. Keep in mind, right beside a lake. Bro, why did nobody check to see that it was raining that same night and we're by a lake and it was cold? So like I'm fine where I am. Apparently, like I'm in my sleeping bag. And, you know, of course, like, I'm in a sleeping bag and I'm warm nature and I'm bigger than everybody. So, like, got 2 guys on the other side of me. But at the corner of the tent, it's like a pool of water. I wasn't there. I don't know whose sleeping bag was there. And it was cold. But, like, they ended up, like, right near my armpit sleeping. So, I guess that's like when we got close or whatever. So, yeah, not checking the weather, being out there, peer pressure.
That's a good one. We, in my fraternity, we'd always take a big brother, little brother, little camping trip.
Yeah.
On the greatest road named Meat Camp Road.
Meat Camp.
It'd be up in this hill. And it's kind of same thing. Like, we all got our tents. I had my little brother. My big brother was there. And I think he had an Eno, but we didn't check the weather. I had a tent. He had an Eno. We wake up, and it's like snow on the ground. He's fucking frozen in the treetop in his Eno hammock. And we're all like, dude, we should have checked this weather. We did not do it.
He stayed? He didn't like.
No, dude, he like toughed it out. I'm like, you're an idiot.
Yeah, no. That's where the brotherhood is built. Like, if somebody gets cold, you bundle up.
Yeah.
Like, you're tripping.
Exactly. Good question, man. Good episode. Friday. I'm gonna produce this real quick, get it out, and man, thanks for chopping it up. Have a good weekend, and hopefully our bets hit, man. I think we'll make some good money.
I'm feeling it. Money's coming in.
That's what we need, baby.
Oh my gosh. We would be the bad boys of Little League. I'm telling you now. We would beat the tar out of the other team.
I'm just gonna go out and say it. Joey Chestnut has to be on the pub.
Has to be.
More. I mean,
has to be.
Dramatic, man. That was a journey.
I'm gonna miss seeing you as Ghostface there.
Yeah. that is who that is.
Yeah.